inches out from your loom. So I decided to try this because I like to sit down when I warp my loom. I don't want to get up and down or lean over my loom and it hurts my back. So this is what I did. I happen to have a lot of PVC pieces and parts on hand from a project I have done earlier. So, but the parts are very inexpensive. I'm going to put a list of everything I used and a few tips to make this, but I will tell you and sort of demonstrate. These are the T's, and mine happen to be threaded. Because they're threaded, I needed this to go on them, and this is not threaded, so I had to buy a little coupler that would screw into that T, and then this slips in that, and then the cap for the top. The cap will keep the yarn from slipping off. This is the 1-inch PVC pipe. You see I've got some here, several places around. It's really inexpensive, and I used a bandsaw to cut it, but you can use other kinds of saws to cut it. And you just fit this stuff together. I didn't glue it. It's just all comes apart. I travel sometimes and I need to put this in a suitcase. So this is what it does. I've got this little samplet loom, but I also made this to use with my 20-inch rigid heddle knitter's loom from Ashford. So you're going to pull your yarn through as usual and go around that first peg. That needs to be right in the middle. And I'm going around this peg. I'm coming this way. Go around this one. Around this one. And finally, this one. I go over this one. This gives me about 90 inches, which is a normal length for a scarf. And then I'm going to come back and grab the next piece of yarn and do the same thing until I've got all of the dents filled. One thing that you can do that is kind of helpful is to you can kind of bend these back, and that makes sure that it's not going to slip off. Also, I didn't mention that I used bungee cords to go under the table and latch onto those. That gives it really good stability. So that's pretty much the way it goes. After I get all of the dents filled, then I come over here and I grab all of the yarn and pull it off of this and I get my husband or someone to stand out from the loom to hold on to it, just like everybody else does for direct warping. And I did find out that that first peg down there at the end was in the way when I tried to wind on the warping beam. And so then I just realized that I can push this down out of the way completely. It just goes that way, completely out of the way. So that's pretty cool too. I did go ahead and clamp my loom to the end of the table to keep it from slipping. That's really it. Didn't cost very much. It was very easy and it was fun to do.